The huge round room was silent. 17 alien leaders sat in their special seats around a giant table. The table was made of a strange blue material that glowed softly. Above them, stars could be seen through the clear dome ceiling. Hyuk took a deep breath. He was the only human in the room. His dark suit looked plain next to the colorful robes and strange body coverings of the aliens. Some had scales. Some had fur. One was made mostly of gas held in a special suit. But all of them were looking at Hyuk now. The Grand Galactic Council will now vote on item 47, said Administrator Talvos. She had light blue skin and 7 eye stalks that moved in different directions. Her voice was smooth but cold. The matter of Earth status. Hyuk gripped the arms of his chair. 6 months ago, a giant ship had appeared over Seoul. The aliens had come not to destroy Earth, but to invite humans to join the Galactic Council. Or so they said. Hyuk, a former diplomat, had been chosen to represent Earth. It seemed like an honor. Until today. Before we vote, Hyuk said, standing up, I would like to speak for Earth one more time. Administrator Talvos waved one of her forearms. The Council has heard Earth's plea for protected status, but facts are facts. Your world still burns fossil fuels. Your people fight among themselves. You have barely reached your own moon. According to our rules, Earth qualifies as a Class D civilization. And what does that mean exactly? Hyuk asked, even though he already knew the answer. Ambassador Dowan, who looked like a giant praying mantis, clicked his mouthparts in what Hyuk had learned was laughter. It means, human, that your planet's resources belong to the Council. Your people will serve the greater good of the galaxy. Hyuk looked around the table. You mean slavery? We mean proper use of limited resources, said Ambassador Locke, who had gray skin and eyes that glowed red. Earth has rare minerals we need. Humans will be treated fairly as workers. Workers who have no choice, Hyuk said. Slaves. Administrator Talvos slammed a small hammer on the table. Enough debate. We will vote now. All in favor of classifying. Earth is Class D and approving resource extraction. Raise your signal. 16 lights appeared above the table. 16 out of 17 council members had voted to enslave Earth. Only Ambassador Minji of the Procyon Alliance kept her light dark. She was smaller than the others, with pale green skin and large, sad eyes. She looked at Hyuk and shook her head slightly. The vote is 16 in favor, 1 abstention, announced Talvos. Earth is now officially Class D resource extraction. Will begin in 3 of your Earth months. This will give you time to prepare your leaders and your people. The room burst into noise as the aliens talked among themselves. Some looked happy, others looked bored. None except Minji seemed troubled by what they had just done. Hyuk stood perfectly still. His face showed nothing, but inside, anger burned, like fire. These aliens, these advanced beings, had just voted to treat his entire planet like a mine, and his people like tools. Ambassador Hyuk, said Talvos, you may use our communication system to inform your world leaders of the Council's decision. Hyuk nodded slowly. I will tell them. And I will tell them something else too. What is that? Asked Ambassador Dowan, his insect-like head tilting. That you have made a terrible mistake. Hyuk said quietly. Humans are not what you think we are. Ambassador Dowan made that clicking laugh again. We have studied your broadcasts, your internet, your history. We know exactly what humans are. A young violent species that has potential but needs guidance. Hyuk smiled for the first time. Then you've learned exactly what we wanted you to learn. The room got quiet again. What does the human mean? Asked Ambassador Locke, administrator. Talvos waved her hand. It doesn't matter. The vote is done. This meeting is over. The alien leaders began to leave the room. Only Ambassador Minji stayed behind, approaching Hyuk carefully. I am sorry, she said. Her voice was soft. I could not vote against the others, but I could not vote with them either. Why? Asked Hyuk. Why did you abstain? Minji looked around to make sure they were alone. My people have old stories, very old, about Earth. Stories that the Council has forgotten or ignored. What kind of stories? That humans are dangerous, she whispered. That you appear simple but hide great complexity. That you prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. Hyuk nodded slowly. Your people are wise to remember. The council has never reversed a resource extraction order, Minji said. They will come with great ships and powerful weapons. Your militaries cannot stop them. We know, said Hyuk. Then you should prepare your people. The strong will be taken for labor. The smart will be taken for study. The rest. She didn't finish. Ambassador Minji, Hyuk said, his voice now firm and clear. You should tell your people to stay away from Earth in the coming months. Why? Because when the council comes to Earth, they will find something they don't expect. What is that? Minji asked, her large eyes wide. Humans who are ready, Hyuk said. For thousands of years we have fought each other. We have prepared for enemies from across oceans, from different lands, from the sky. Did your council really think we wouldn't prepare for enemies from the stars? Minji stepped back, suddenly, afraid. What are you saying? I'm saying, don't worry about us, Hyuk replied. Worry about them. Before Minji could answer, Hyuk walked out of the council chamber. He had calls to make. Earth had 3 months to get ready, or rather to reveal what had been ready all along. Back on Earth in a deep underground facility beneath Seoul, General Tai-ho looked at the large screen on the wall. A red light was blinking. The signal from Hyuk. It's time, Tai-ho said to the room full of military leaders from around the world. The aliens have voted. They're coming. Colonel Ji-yeon, a woman with short black hair and serious eyes, nodded. How long do we have? 3 months, said Tai-ho. Hyuk will return next week with full details. Is it enough time? Asked a general from America. Tai-ho smiled. It was not a happy smile. We've had 50 years to prepare since we first detected their signals. 3 more months is plenty of time. He turned to a large map of Earth showing thousands of small blue dots. Each dot was a hidden facility, a secret weapon, a piece of technology that no alien broadcast had ever seen. Begin final preparations, Tai-ho ordered. Operation Shadow Dawn is now active. When they come to enslave us, we'll show them why humans have survived on this harsh world for so long. He looked at the faces around him, men and women from every nation now united against a common threat. They think they know us, Tai-ho said. They think we're weak, divided, primitive. They're wrong, said Ji-yeon. Yes, Tai-ho agreed. And they're about to learn just how wrong they are. Outside, the sun set over Seoul. People walked the streets, ate in restaurants, lived their lives. None knew what was coming. None knew that, high above, in a room made of strange metals, alien beings had just voted to end human freedom. None knew, except those who had been preparing for this day for generations. The real war for Earth was about to begin. 3 months passed quickly. The world leaders told their people the truth. Aliens were real. Aliens were coming. And they were not coming as friends. At first, many did not believe. Then the videos from Hyuk's meetings were shown. People saw the aliens with their own eyes. Some panicked, some prayed. But most did what humans always do when faced with danger. They got ready to fight. On a cold Tuesday morning, they came. The sky over every major city on Earth filled with massive ships. They were huge and dark, shaped like giant arrowheads. They hung in the air, silent and threatening. In New York, a mother held her child close as they stared up at the ships. In Cairo, an old man shook his fist at the sky. In Tokyo, crowds gathered in streets looking up with wide eyes. The first message from the aliens came through every phone, radio, and TV on Earth. People of Earth. We are the Galactic Collective. Your planet has been classified as a Class D civilization. Your resources now belong to us. Resistance will bring destruction. Cooperation will bring mercy. Choose wisely. In his command center, deep beneath Seoul, General Tai-ho watched the largest screen on the wall. It showed alien ships over cities around the world. They're exactly where we expected, said Colonel Ji-yeon, pointing to a map with red dots showing alien ship positions. Their pattern follows standard collective invasion tactics. How do you know their tactics? Asked a young lieutenant. Tahoe smiled. We've been watching them for longer than they know. We intercepted their signals decades ago. Around the room, military leaders from many countries waited for orders. The room was built deep underground, protected by layers of special materials. That blocked alien scans. What about regular forces? Asked the American general. Air forces worldwide are engaging as planned, said Jian. They need to think our best defense is just jets and missiles. On the screen, they watched as fighter jets from many nations attacked the alien ships. The jets fired missiles that exploded against invisible shields around the ships. The shields glowed blue for a moment, then returned to being invisible. Not a single alien ship was damaged. Now they think they know what we can do, said Tahoe. Let them believe we are weak. The alien ships began to lower smaller craft toward major cities. These ships were rounder and had strange devices on their bottoms. When they got close to the ground, the devices shot out blue light that swept across buildings and people. Harvester ships, explained Jian. The blue light freezes people in place. Then they're sorted and taken. Taken where? Asked the lieutenant. Processing centers, said Tahoe grimly. The strong become workers. The smart become test subjects. The rest... He didn't finish. On screens around the room, they watched as alien ground forces moved into cities. They were tall beings in armor that changed color to match their surroundings. They carried weapons that fired not bullets but beams of energy that could turn a car into melted metal in seconds. Military bases around the world fought back with tanks, soldiers, and heavy weapons. Some alien troops fell, but for each one that did, 10 human soldiers died. It's going according to their plan, said Jian. And according to ours. Dr. Sunwoo, report, Tahoe said into a communication device on his wrist. A woman's voice answered. She sounded calm despite the situation. Phase 1 is complete, General. All tracking devices are active and gathering data. The aliens don't suspect anything. Their scans show only what we want them to see. And the prototypes? Ready and waiting. We're just gathering the final data we need on their shield frequencies. Tahoe nodded. Good. Keep me updated. A week passed. Then 2. The aliens took control of city after city. Millions of people were taken to processing centers, massive buildings that the aliens built with incredible speed. Crowds of humans waited in long lines to be examined by cold alien eyes and sorted into groups. Those who fought back were killed without mercy. Those who ran were hunted down. Those who hid were found by scanners that could see through walls. The world's governments appeared to be falling one by one. The alien ships moved across the planet like a wave that could not be stopped. In his command center, Tahoe received reports from around the world. On the surface, it looked like Earth was losing badly, but Tahoe was not worried. Stockholm has fallen, reported an officer. Cairo is under full alien control, said another. The processing center in Rio is at full capacity. Tahoe listened to all the bad news calmly. Then he turned to Jian. How much longer? She checked a device in her hand. Dr. Sunwoo says another 48 hours. We need to let them get comfortable. Let them think they've won. Tahoe nodded. Send the message to all resistance cells. Hold position. Do not engage yet. Around the world, hidden groups of soldiers and civilians received the order and waited. They hid in secret bunkers, in tunnels under cities, in bases hidden inside mountains. They had weapons the aliens had never seen, made with technology the humans had kept secret. In the main alien command ship hovering over what used to be the United Nations building in New York, Supreme Commander Zelrath looked pleased. He had 6 eyes in a circle around his head and scaly green skin. The humans are falling faster than expected, he said to Ambassador Dowan, who now had the title of Earth Administrator. They are weak, said Dowan, his insect-like body moving in a way that showed happiness. Their weapons are simple, their defenses are poor, they fight bravely, but bravery cannot stop our technology. Some still resist, said a junior officer. We detect small groups hiding in various locations. They will be found and processed, said Zelrath. Nothing can hide from our scanners for long. But he was wrong. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a base hidden in the deepest part of the sea, Dr. Sunwoo worked with a team of scientists. The base was shaped like a giant dome and was made of materials the aliens couldn't scan through. "Final analysis complete," said Dr. Sunwoo, looking at a screen filled with strange symbols. "We have the exact frequency patterns of their shields, their neural command systems, and their ship controls." "Will it work?" asked her assistant. Dr. Sunwoo looked at a small device on a table in the center of the room. It was a simple-looking metal cube with a blue light on top, but inside it held technology that humans had been developing in secret for decades. "Yes," she said. "It will work. They think they're so advanced, but they never considered that we might be hiding our true technology. They never wondered why. A species as creative as humans, who imagined so many ways to fight aliens in our books and movies, wouldn't actually build defenses." She picked up a secure communication device. "This is Dr. Sunwoo. Project Shadowfall is ready. I repeat, Shadowfall is ready." In his command center, Taiho received the message. He looked at the leaders around him and nodded. "Send the signal," he ordered. "All cells activate. Operation Shadowfall begins now." Jian pressed a button on her console. Around the world, hidden transmitters sent a coded signal. In every city and every country, humans who had been waiting received the message. It was time to show the aliens what humans could really do. The real battle for Earth was about to begin, and the aliens were about to learn why it was a mistake to try to enslave humanity. The aliens had taken over most of Earth. Their huge ships hung in the skies over cities. Their soldiers patrolled the streets. Their processing centers were full of humans being sorted like items in a store. But something strange began to happen on the third week of the invasion. In his command ship over New York, Supreme Commander Zelrath was eating his morning meal when alarms started to sound. Red lights flashed on the walls. His meal, a strange blue liquid, spilled across the table as he jumped up. "Report," he shouted as he ran to the control room. A junior officer with tentacles instead of arms was pressing buttons quickly. "Sir, Harvester Unit 87 has gone silent. We cannot reach it." "Where is Unit 87? asked Zelrath. "Over the human city called Moscow." Zelrath waved one of his hands. "It's nothing. Probably a small technical issue." Then another alarm sounded. And another. And another. "Sir, Units 29 through 36 are not responding. Sir, ground forces in the region called Asia are not answering calls. Sir, Processing Center in London is reporting that all systems are shutting down." Zelrath's 6 eyes blinked rapidly. "What is happening?" "Check our systems." "All systems on the command ship show normal," said the officer. "But we are getting reports of failures from all over the planet." Earth Administrator Dowan rushed into the room. His insect-like body was shaking. "What is going on?" he demanded. "We don't know," said Zelrath. "Ships and ground units are going silent." "The humans must have found a way to attack our technology," said Dowan. "But that's impossible. Their technology is primitive." Just then, the door to the command center slid open. A figure walked in calmly. It was Ambassador Hyuk. He wore the same dark suit he had worn at the council meeting. Behind him were 2 human soldiers, a man and a woman, holding strange devices that looked a bit like guns but not quite. "How did you get aboard this vessel?" Dowan asked, his voice high with surprise. "How did you get past our guards? Our sensors?" "We've been here all along," said Hyuk with a small smile. "Did you really think we would just wait on the ground while you invaded our world?" "Impossible," said Zelrath. "Our sensors would have detected you." "Your sensors only detect what they're designed to detect," said Hyuk, "and they were designed based on what you thought humans could do." Across Earth, strange things were happening to the alien ships. Some simply stopped moving and hung in the air. Others began to slowly lower to the ground. The alien soldiers suddenly stood still, as if frozen. In the alien processing centers, the sorting machines turned off. The force fields holding humans captive disappeared. The doors unlocked on their own. In London, Paris, Tokyo, and dozens of other cities, hidden human soldiers emerged from secret places. They moved quickly to the alien ships that had landed. They didn't fire weapons. They didn't attack. They simply walked up to the ships and placed small devices on them. In his underwater base, Dr. Sunwoo watched the screens in front of her with satisfaction. The screens showed a map of Earth with thousands of small dots of light. Each light was a quantum disruptor, a device that sent special signals that confused and controlled alien technology. Phase 2 complete, she said into her communication device. All alien neural networks have been severed. Their ships and weapons are now under our control. In every alien ship, in every alien weapon, in every piece of alien technology, tiny, machines smaller than a human cell were now working. These nanomachines had been released into the air weeks ago, programmed to find alien technology and wait for a signal. When that signal came from Dr. Sunwoo's quantum disruptors, the nanomachines activated all at once. Humans had been developing this technology in secret for 50 years, ever since they first detected alien signals and realized they were not alone in the universe. "Send the message," said Dr. Sunwoo to her team. Her voice was broadcast through all alien communication systems at once. "To all collective forces, your systems are now under human control. Your options are limited. In the alien command ship." Zelrath stared at Hyuk with all 6 of his eyes wide open. "What have you done?" he asked. "We've taken control of your technology," said Hyuk simply. "Every ship, every weapon, every system." "But how?" asked Dowan, his insect body trembling. "Your people burn fossil fuels. You fight among yourselves. You have only reached your own moon." "That's what we wanted you to think," said Hyuk. "We've known about the collective for decades. We intercepted your signals long ago. We learned your language, your technology, your weaknesses. But your internet, your broadcasts, they show your true level of development." Hyuk laughed. "Did you really think we would broadcast our real capabilities for anyone in the galaxy to see? Humans have been practicing deception for thousands of years. It's one of our greatest skills." One of the human soldiers with Hyuk stepped forward. He placed a small device on the command table. It projected an image of Earth, showing all the alien ships now under human control. "Your invasion force has been captured intact," said Hyuk. 17,000 ships, 42 orbital platforms, all your weapons, all your data. Zelrath sank into his command chair. "What will you do with us?" "That depends on the Galactic Council," said Hyuk. In the underground command center in Seoul, General Taiho was receiving reports from around the world. His face showed no emotion, but inside he felt proud of what humans had accomplished. "All alien forces secured in North America," reported one officer. "Europe is clear. All ships under control," said another. "Asian sector reports full compliance. From alien ground forces," said a third. Colonel Jian entered the room, smiling. "Operation Shadowfall is a complete success, sir. Casualties are minimal. Most alien forces surrendered once their neural links were cut." Taeho nodded. "And our prisoners?" "Being treated according to protocol," said Jian. "No unnecessary harm." Taeho turned to the large screen showing a map of Earth. The red dots that had shown alien positions were now blue, indicating human control. "Send word to all commands," said Taeho. "Phase 3 begins now. Prepare the captured ships for space travel." "Where are they going?" asked the young lieutenant who had been there since the beginning. "To the Galactic Council," said Taiho. "It's time for a new vote." In cities across Earth, people emerged from hiding places. They looked up at the alien ships that now had human soldiers standing guard over them. Some people cheered, some cried, most simply stared in wonder. In London, a small girl tugged on her mother's sleeve and pointed at an alien being led away by human soldiers. "Are they going home now?" she asked. "No," said her mother. "I think we're going to their home next." Dr. Sunwoo's voice came over all communication systems on Earth, speaking to humans everywhere. "Citizens of Earth, the invasion has been stopped. Our hidden defenses have succeeded. The alien forces have been neutralized without destroying their technology. We now possess advanced ships capable of traveling to the stars." She paused for a moment, then continued. "For 50 years, we prepared in secret for this day. Now the next phase begins. Earth will take its rightful place among the stars. And those who tried to enslave us will learn a lesson they will never forget. On the alien command ship, Hyuk looked at Zelrath and Dowan. The Galactic Council thought they knew humans, he said. They thought we were primitive and weak. Now they will learn who we really are. And what is that? Asked Dowan, his voice small and afraid. A species, said Hyuk, that you should never, ever have tried to enslave. 3 weeks after humans took control of the alien ships, the Grand Galactic Council held an emergency meeting. The huge round room that had once felt so powerful now felt small and afraid. Administrator Telvos sat in her chair, her 7-eye stalks moving nervously. Around the table, the representatives of 16 advanced alien civilizations whispered to each other. Their colorful robes could not hide their fear. The council will come to order, said Telvos, but her voice shook. We are here to discuss the situation with Earth. The main doors slid open. Ambassador Hyuk walked in, wearing not his simple, dark suit from before, but a uniform of deep blue with silver stars on the shoulders. Behind him came 10 human officers, men and women from different countries on Earth, all wearing the same uniform. But they were not alone. With them came Ambassador Minji of the Procyon Alliance. She looked nervous but determined. Ambassador Hyuk, said Telvos, trying to sound calm. The council welcomes you and your delegation. Hyuk did not sit in his old seat at the edge of the room. Instead, he walked to the center of the round table, a place normally reserved for council leaders only. Esteemed representatives, he said, his voice strong and clear. 3 months ago, you voted to classify Earth as a Class D civilization. You voted to take our resources and enslave our people. The alien representatives shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Today, Hyuk continued, I am not here to beg for mercy or ask for a new vote. I am here to inform you of the new reality. He pressed a small device on his wrist. Above the table, a hologram appeared showing Earth surrounded by thousands of ships, the captured alien invasion fleet. Humanity now controls 17,000 of your vessels, said Hyuk. We have 42 orbital platforms. We have your weapons, your technology, and most importantly, your data. What data? Asked Ambassador Locke, his gray skin looking paler than before. Everything, said Hyuk. Your military capabilities, your defense systems, the biological weaknesses of each of your species. The room fell completely silent. Ambassador June, who had replaced Minji as the Procyon representative, stood up with shaking legs. What are your demands? He asked. First, immediate reclassification of Earth as a Class A civilization, said Hyuk. Impossible, shouted Ambassador Dowan, who had somehow kept his position despite the failure of the invasion. No newly discovered species has ever been given Class A status. We were not discovered, Hyuk said calmly. We revealed ourselves when we chose to, just as we hid our true capabilities until it served us to show them. He continued. Second, full payment for all damage caused to Earth during your failed invasion. That would bankrupt some of our world, protested another representative. Third, said Hyuk, ignoring the protest, Earth will take a seat on the Council's Executive Committee. This caused even more shouting. The Executive Committee controlled the most important decisions in the galaxy. No new civilization had ever been given a seat. This is outrageous. Dowan stood up, his insect body moving with anger. You cannot force the Council to— We are not forcing, interrupted one of the human officers who had come with Hyuk. She stepped forward. It was Colonel Ji-Yeon. We are negotiating. There is a difference. And if we refuse? Asked Telvos. Hyuk's face remained calm. Then we will send your ships back to your homeworlds, in pieces. The threat hung in the air. Everyone in the room knew what it meant. Humans had the ability to attack any world in the collective. You would start a galactic war? Asked Ambassador Locke. That would be madness. We don't want war, said Hyuk. We never did. You brought war to us. Ambassador Minji stepped forward. The humans speak truth, she said. My people warned this council long ago about Earth. Our ancient records spoke of humans as a species, of great potential and greater danger, but the council ignored the warnings. What makes humans so different? Asked a new voice. It belonged to an alien with blue fur and 4 arms. Why should they receive special treatment? Hyuk looked around the room. For thousands of years, humans lived on a world where danger was everywhere. We had to survive ice ages, giant animals, terrible diseases, and each other. We had to adapt constantly or die. He continued, most of your species evolved on worlds with fewer dangers. Your progress was slower but steadier. You had time to develop without the constant pressure of survival. That doesn't explain your hidden technology, said Dowan. Doesn't it? Asked Hyuk. When a species must constantly fight to survive, it learns to hide its strengths until needed. It learns to prepare for threats before they arrive. It learns to expect the worst while hoping for the best. The aliens looked at each other. Many of their civilizations had been peaceful for so long that they had forgotten what it meant to face extinction daily. Humans had never forgotten. We need time to consider, said Talvos finally. You have 1 Earth hour, said Hyuk. After that, our fleet begins moving to strategic positions throughout the galaxy. The human delegation left the room. The alien representatives immediately began talking all at once, their voices filled with fear and uncertainty. Meanwhile, on Earth, the cleanup from the invasion continued. The alien processing centers were being taken apart. The captured alien soldiers were being held in comfortable but secure facilities, treated well but not free to leave. In his underground command center, General Taiho watched a screen showing the council meeting. The aliens didn't know that humans could see and hear everything happening in their secret discussions. They're arguing about whether to accept our terms, said Dr. Sunwoo, who stood beside him. Some want to fight, others want to surrender. What do you think they'll do? Asked Taiho. They'll accept, said Dr. Sunwoo. They have no choice. They're not used to being challenged. Their civilizations have been comfortable for too long. Taiho nodded. And what about us? What happens to humans now that we have all this alien technology? We adapt, said Dr. Sunwoo. That's what humans do best. Back in the council chamber, the hour was almost up. The alien representatives stopped talking as Hyuk and his delegation returned. We have reached a decision, said Talvos, her voice steadier now. The council accepts Earth's terms. Hyuk nodded. A wise choice. Earth will be reclassified as a Class A civilization immediately, Talvos continued. Reparations will be paid for damages caused during the invasion, and a seat on the executive committee will be prepared for Earth's representative. Thank you, said Hyuk. This is the beginning of a new relationship between Earth and the galaxy. We hope it will be a peaceful one. As the human delegation prepared to leave, Ambassador Dowan approached Hyuk. His insect body moved slowly, almost humbly now. I do not understand, said Dowan. Why didn't you attack us? Why didn't you destroy our worlds when you had the chance? We would have destroyed yours. Hyuk looked at him for a long moment. That, he said finally, is exactly why humans are now in charge. 1 year after the failed invasion of Earth, Ambassador Jinwoo stood before the United Nations in New York. The large room was filled with people from every country on Earth. But now, something was different. Among the human representatives sat 12 aliens from different worlds. They were observers, sent to learn about humans and build new relationships. The Galactic Integration Treaty has been signed by all 17 former collective members, Jinwoo announced. His voice was calm but proud. Earth is now officially a founding member of the new interstellar cooperative. People in the room clapped, but not everyone looked happy. Many humans still remembered the invasion. They had lost homes, friends, and family. Victory had come at a price. General Taiho, now with the title of Earth Security Commissioner, stood up to speak next. His uniform was the same deep blue with silver stars that all Space Service members now wore. We did not ask for this conflict, he said, looking around the room. We did not want to show our hidden technology so soon. But we always knew what many advanced civilizations forgot. The universe is not safe. Being ready is not being paranoid when survival is at stake. He continued, for 50 years we prepared in secret. We built weapons and defenses. We studied alien signals. We developed technology that we kept hidden from our own people to ensure it stayed hidden from watching eyes in space. Many in the room nodded. After the invasion, the world's governments had finally revealed the truth. Secret programs had existed for decades, funded by black budgets and hidden facilities. Scientists had worked in underground labs, developing technology far beyond what was publicly known. Now we face a new challenge, said Taiho. Learning to live as part of a galactic community, not as conquerors but not as servants either, as equals who have earned respect. Above Earth, in the orbital shipyards that had once been alien platforms, the first generation of official human spaceships was being built. Unlike the sharp, angular designs of the collective ships, these new vessels were sleek and beautiful, with curves and lines that showed human creativity. Inside one of these shipyards, Dr. Sunwoo walked along a viewing platform. Below her, hundreds of workers moved around the frame of a massive ship. Some of the workers were human, some were aliens who had chosen to stay and help. A young assistant ran up to Dr. Sunwoo with a tablet in his hand. Dr. Sunwoo, the Arctarians have completed their disarmament as required by the treaty. Ambassador Dowen personally delivered the report. And how did our former administrator look? Asked Sunwoo with a small smile. Nervous, said the assistant. He kept looking at the human guards like they might attack him. He still doesn't understand, said Sunwoo. We could have destroyed his world. We could have done to his people what they planned to do to ours, but we didn't. Why not? Asked the assistant. After what they tried to do to us, why show mercy? Because that's the difference between being powerful and being wise, said Sunwoo. Anyone can destroy. Building something better takes real strength. She looked out at the stars visible through the huge windows of the shipyard. Besides, the galaxy is big and dangerous. We might need allies one day. Meanwhile, on the newly established human base on Mars, Ambassador Hyuk was meeting with Ambassador Minji of Procyon. They stood in a glass dome that looked out over the red Martian landscape. Earth was visible in the distance, a small blue dot in the black sky. Your people have done amazing things in just 1 year, said Minji. This base, the new ships, the changes to the council. We've had the plans ready for decades, said Hyuk. We just needed the technology to make them happen. Still, many in the galaxy are afraid of humans now, said Minji. They think you might decide to conquer other worlds. We have no interest in conquering, said Hyuk. Humans fought each other for thousands of years. We've seen what conquest brings. More conflict, more hatred, more problems. Then what do humans want? Asked Minji. Hyuk thought for a moment. To explore, to learn, to build. And yes, to be ready if another threat comes. You think there are worse things out there than the collective? Asked Minji. The galaxy is very big, said Hyuk, and very old. It would be strange if we were the most dangerous thing in it. Back on Earth, in what had once been an alien processing center and was now a school, a teacher was giving a lesson to a group of children. On the wall was a large picture of stars. Before the invasion, said the teacher, most people thought humans were alone in the universe. Now we know there are many different intelligent species. Some look like us. Some look very different. But all of them think and feel like we do. A small boy raised his hand. Teacher, why did the aliens try to hurt us? The teacher thought carefully before answering. They didn't understand us. They thought we were weak because we kept our strongest technology secret. They thought we were divided because we have many countries. But they were wrong. Are they still our enemies? Asked a girl. No, said the teacher. They are now our partners. We work together to build a better galaxy for everyone. In orbit above Earth, a collective ship that had once been part of the invasion force was being taken apart. Inside, human and alien engineers worked side by side, studying the technology and learning from each other. 2 workers, 1 human and 1 alien, took a break near a window. They looked down at Earth, blue and green and beautiful. When we came to your world, said the alien worker, we thought you were primitive. We thought you would be easy to conquer. We were very wrong. We spent a long time looking like we were weak, said the human worker. It was safer that way. Your kind is strange, said the alien. You fight among yourselves but united against us. You create both art and weapons. You show mercy to those who would have shown none to you. That's what it means to be human, said the human worker. We contain many opposites. In the Grand Galactic Council chamber, a new session was beginning. The room had changed. The table was no longer round but shaped like a star with many points. At one of those points sat Earth's permanent representative, Admiral Taiho, wearing his dress uniform, listened as species from across the galaxy discussed trade, exploration, and security. When it was his turn to speak, he stood up straight and proud. 1 year ago, the collective tried to enslave Earth, he said. Now we sit together as equals. This is not because humans defeated you, it is because after defeating you, we chose peace. He looked around at the alien faces. Some still showed fear. Others showed respect. A few showed friendship. Humans have a saying, Taiho continued. The stars are not our destination. They're our birthright. We have always looked up at the night sky and wondered what was out there. Now we know, and now you know us. As he finished speaking, a message came through on his secure communications device. It was from Dr. Sunwoo. First Deep Space Explorer, ship ready for launch. The journey has just begun. Taiho smiled. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and not only survived but thrived. The species that had voted to enslave Earth were now partners in a new order. The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Never underestimate humans. The end.